Welcome to this episode of The Russell Brown Show. In this project, we're going to discuss how to work with shadowy Western characters and text. In fact, we're going to discuss how to work with layer styles and separating, in this case, a drop shadow from the layer style, as you see here, and make it so that we can place our graphic between the shadow and the text. Let me demonstrate. Here's our original project. We have 3 individual layers of text. Each one of these layers has its own drop shadow to it. If I double click in this blank blue space, I can bring up the layer style dialog, and you can see here that I have a drop shadow applied to this layer of text. In this particular case, the drop shadow is the same across all 3 of these layers of text. As you see here, if I toggle this down, I can actually turn the layer effect on and off here. Now, our goal is to take this silhouette of our Western character and sandwich it between the text and the drop shadow. The current silhouette is on top of all the text, and if I click and drag on it, I can move it below the text. But as you see here, the drop shadow then appears over the image. What we want is something that, of course, looks like this, where the silhouette is bright and white and sits on top of the drop shadow. So how did I achieve this? First of all, let's leave our graphic down here at the base right for now, and let's target one of our layers of text. Then I'm going to move up here to Layer and down to Layer Style. Something hidden within this dialog that you did not know was there. And it's right here. Create Layer. I'm going to create a layer which will then separate the layer style from the text. Did you see that here? I currently have text layer 3's drop shadow. And I can turn it on and off, just like this. So let's continue. That was layer number 3. Let's target layer number 2. Layer. Layer style. Create layer. Again, I have the drop shadow separated from layer number 2. And then finally, layer number 1, layer, layer style, and create layer. So now we have 3 distinct drop shadow layers. I'm going to rearrange these so I have the text up here at the top and my drop shadows down here at the bottom. So now, all I have to do to solve this puzzle is to move the silhouette up between the text layers and the shadow layers right here and drop it. And my problem's solved. I now have my silhouette sandwiched between my text and my shadows in the background. Yes, I know. I hear some of you more advanced users saying to yourself, why, he could have done this with a layer mask. Why, you would be correct. And I also could have done this by double-clicking on the layer and revealing the layer style dialog and adjusting the blend if portion of this dialog, as you see here. Both of those would have worked quite well. But in this case, I chose to separate the layer style from the layer so I could achieve this particular effect. Okay, let's get going. We're done. However, there's one tip and technique I'd like to show you. Have you ever run into a situation where you have to merge multiple layers together in order to achieve a special effect? Let me show you a tip and technique on how to solve the problem of layers blending improperly. I'll demonstrate. Let's turn off these layers and target here on our drop shadows. Say, for example, I need to merge all 3 of these drop shadows together into one layer. These drop shadows are on transparent background, as you see here, and they have some special properties that can cause, let's say, problems. Let's solve those. If I target one of these, then move over here to the flyout arrow, click and hold, I can then move down here to merge down. Watch what happens on the screen when I merge the 2 layers together here. They get lighter. Because of the properties of transparency and the fact that the layers are set to multiply, it then changes the opacity of these layers. It's not what I want to happen. I want something that will match more closely what I see here on screen. Now, my technique I'm going to show you is not perfect, but it is better. What I want to do here from within the Layers palette is hold down the Shift key, then select multiple layers together. You can get better results if you target and select in this fashion the groups that you want to merge before you merge them. Watch what happens this time when I move up here to the flyout arrow and select Merge Layers. There's a subtle change to this. It's not perfect, as I said, but it is significantly better. I'm getting more of the quality I was looking for if I first select all the layers and then merge them together. So let's now turn on our silhouette and our text and finish off our graphic as you see here. We've finished our project. So the next time you're out on the open range looking for shadowy characters, you'll know what to do when they approach. You'll use this special technique of separating your layer styles from your text and then combining your graphics together as you see here. Give this a try.